Welcome back. For this deep dive, you've brought in something really interesting about Eden Park.
Yeah, that's right. Most people just think, rugby, cricket, big concerts, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this source material suggests they're branching out, doing something quite, well, unexpected for a stadium.
It really focuses on a specific new role they've created there, something you wouldn't normally associate with a sports ground.
And that's Eden Park's first ever musician in residence, a guy named Jack Moser.
Yeah, the source is basically an excerpt detailing this position, giving us a peek into what he actually does.
Okay, so our mission today is to figure out, who is Jack Moser? What does this job actually involve day to day
Uh-huh.
in a huge place like Eden Park?
And crucially, why? Why would a major stadium decide, hey, we need a musician on staff?
Right, because the source hints it's more than just like playing some background music in the lounge.
Oh, definitely. It talks about real integration, some pretty innovative stuff, actually.
Okay, let's get into it then. The material says Jack Moser started in late 2024. He's their first musician in residence.
And it describes him as an indie songwriter, someone who puts personal experiences into his music, heartfelt stuff.
So straight away you get this contrast, right? This personal, maybe intimate art form inside this massive, very public venue.
And what's really interesting is how they're embedding this role. It's not siloed off. The source points out he's actively, influencing events with live music.
Enhancing how? Does it give specifics?
It does. It mentions you might actually find him, say, greeting fans as they come in. Specifically mentions Entry A, maybe playing right there before things kick off.
Wow, okay. Greeting people at Entry A,
Yeah.
that's very hands-on. It feels deliberate, like a way to connect immediately.
Exactly. And it's not just about performance during events either. The source talks about bigger plans, too.
Like what?
Well, get this. There's a plan mentioned for a music video filmed entirely inside Eden Park, using the stadium itself as the set.
A music video. Okay, that really changes how you think about the space, doesn't it? Using the stadium's look and feel for, well, art. It's not just a sports field, then.
Precisely. It sort of reimagines the venue's potential.
Which brings us back to that big question. Why? Why is Eden Park doing this?
The source gives their official reasoning. They see Jack's residency as part of their commitment to innovation, staying fresh.
So adapting their offering.
Yeah, adapting, elevating events with live performance, meeting, community needs, enriching the park's culture. That's the language they use.
It sounds like they view music not just as, like, a nice extra, but something more fundamental to the experience. Deepening the connection people have with the place itself.
Right, making it more than just the pitch or the stage. And they even mention where you might find him.
Oh, yeah.
It says Jack can often be found at most events, usually in the Grand Hall on the North Stand.
Okay, so there's a kind of home base for him within the stadium. Makes sense. It underlines that he's a visible, integrated part of what's going on.
Absolutely. It's not just a title, it's a presence.
So stepping back, what this really tells you, the listener, is how these big venues are starting to think outside the box.
Definitely. They're looking at the whole visitor journey, not just the 90 minutes of game time or the 2 hours of a concert.
Blending sport, entertainment, and now, well, dedicated artistic roles. It suggests these places see themselves evolving into broader cultural hubs.
It's an evolution, yeah. Changing what a stadium can be in its community.
So just to quickly recap for everyone, Eden Park appointed indie songwriter Jack Moser as their first musician in residence late last year, 2024.
His job involves a mix of things, playing live at events, greeting fans sometimes right at Entry A, and even planning creative projects like that stadium shot music video.
And Eden Park's goal, based on the source, is all about innovation, connecting with the community, enriching the culture, often using the Grand Hall and the North Stand as a focal point.
It's a clear signal that venues are exploring new ways to engage people, to make the experience richer.
Right. Which leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If stadiums are starting to bring in musicians.
Yeah, what other kinds of maybe unexpected artistic roles or creative projects might we start seeing pop up in these big public spaces in the future?
What's next for the stadium experience? Something definitely worth thinking about.